Hello, this is Ayra Starr, and I just spoke my truth on Afrobeat Intelligence.
Afrobeat Intelligence Podcast.
Afrobeat Intelligence. Democratizing African music.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay.
You
I'm going.
how's the reception for the new project?
It's amazing. Because we just had a conversation
Yes,
about
we
this
did.
before. So I'm thinking, should I answer
No, you
or should I
can.
give the same one?
No, you can.
So I feel like I'm not present right now.
Yeah.
Right now I'm still working. So the reception has been amazing so far, but I've not had enough time to really sip it in and notice all the amazing messages because I'm still working.
Is this the first project when you've not been really present?
Definitely. Bloody Samaritan, not Bloody Samaritan, Anthony and Danger is the first, before the deluxe, actually, I slept the day it got released. Like the time it got released, I was asleep. Like people were calling me your album is out. I was gone. I was asleep.
Why? Was it the were you just done with the entire process? You were just happy to see it out?
I just felt okay, it's gonna get released. And I didn't want to. I feel like the first few minutes of your album getting released, I noticed from my first EP, my first single, I was very active and I was on Twitter. I wanted to see, and sometimes it's I just want time for myself. You understand? So after I released the album, I don't want it to be about just what people have to say. It's also I've done well, so I just give my time that time to rest and sleep and get myself together. Then people's what's the word?
Reviews.
People's reviews.
Yeah, that's it.
People's reviews can come later and I'll appreciate it.
Nice. But do you in any way focus on the reviews? What do they do for you? Do you see a lot of them?
I do. When I see fans talking about the album and what the album just things that I didn't know people would notice about my music, or some people oh, I love the way In Between is actually in between the both, it's the middle song between all the songs, and it's such a beautiful song. It's like an interlude. Some people noticed that the first time 19 and They just came out, and this deluxe too. People are just getting to notice the songs that I never thought that they would you understand, songs from Karma, Bridgerton.
Yeah.
People are just noticing it now, and they're oh, they didn't know Ayra could sing this and could sing that. So the reviews mean a lot to me because it's I'm literally making music for the world.
True.
As much as I'm making for myself, I'm trying to heal the world with my music. So
True. But how does it feel having to leave your professional life for the world? How does it feel? You're under the microscope. Everything you do is amplified beyond your circle. How's that feeling?
To be honest, I try not to think too deep into it because it's God that brought me here at the end of the day. God brought me here so far. He has a vision for me and he wants me to, I wouldn't be doing this if God didn't want me to be doing this.
Sure.
Literally. So I'm just doing his work, to be honest. So I don't think too deep about it. I just focus on the bag, focus on the prize, focus on what I'm trying to do with my music.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But what changes in terms of, now you have you're actively not focusing on it.
Literally.
Yeah, because it's an active process. You're actively not focusing on it. When did it get to you? When was the first time you said, okay, I'm just going to focus on this? Because I feel for people for new artists who are just coming into mainstream consciousness, for so long you have been by yourself. You've been doing things in your corner.
Yeah, and it's just for you. And
yes. And now the world is in on it. When did you start not focusing on it?
To be honest, I just always had mixed ways of feeling about it. Sometimes I'm not focusing, and sometimes I'm focused. I feel everything I've done in my life has prepared me for this period right now. You understand? People's opinions, I've been in very mixed environments growing up. I grew up in Cotonou, I grew up in Lagos, I grew up in Abuja. So so I grew up in mixed environments. I went to a very religious school, even though I was not from a religious family.
What school was that?
Deeper Life was a Deeper Life school. I went to a Deeper Life school, and my mom was spiritual, but we're not that Yeah, it was very.
They're not like spirit cocoa.
Yeah, you know, so it's not. It was, and it was a shock, but I learned how to live with it. So a lot of things I feel like have prepared me so much for being like under the eye of like everybody now. I know how to, you know. So yeah, I feel like a lot of things in my life have definitely prepared me for now. So
beautiful. But being in the Deeper Life School,
they used to beat me.
What you would did you stand out so much?
Too much. I stood out too much because I grew up like in a household where we're allowed to speak our truth and just like ask questions.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't understand, I would ask my auntie. My auntie would explain it to me like a normal person. Like she won't, like, you know, so she would explain it to me.
There'll be no condescension.
Yeah, she'll say why I should do this and why, like integrity, all those things, and why they are so important. And when I got to like school, it was so different. Like, keep quiet. What? How can you say that? I'm like, I remember they would tell me like, oh, women are not allowed to wear like trousers. I'd be like, no way. That's not true. God did not say that. I'm like, what do you know? You this small girl. I'm like, show us if God said it. One time I painted my nail pink, just one nail pink, and one teacher saw it. And I remember like they knelt me down, and it was all these teachers were just like, you can never be anything if you continue like this. I was literally like 13, 14. And we had like these female teachers around me saying that you're painting your nails pink. Like, how can you be like this? Like, you want to be used. I'm like, I was just looking at them, I was like, we're not going to do all right.
But have you been in communication with any of those people from school, your teachers back then?
I have a teacher that literally like inspired me. He literally said I was going to be signed to Maven. It's crazy.
He did?
Yes, I was like 14 then, and he was like, you're going to be signed to Maven. Maven is going to sign you. Start making videos. And he would just inspire me. When I'm singing like in school, we'd be like, oh, sing in the choir, go to like, and he was even Muslim, but would tell me go to church and join the choir. And he was my maths teacher, and would just inspire me. Also my civic teacher. So Mr. Sahid, Mr. Inka, God bless you guys. Every one of you guys better not be saying I went to your school, because I'll come for you.
But your friends, did they have, okay, you were singing in school. Mm-hmm. And did they have an inkling? Did people
Definitely.
Were you marked for being a star?
Definitely. I feel like people believed it before I even did. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I would just have conversations. I remember one time I was having a conversation with my friend, and she was like, you know, you're gonna be like, when you know, like, you need to start. I don't know what the conversation was, but she was like, you know, you're gonna be a celebrity soon. And we were like 14, and I didn't understand. It's now that like I think about it, like, why did she think like that? Why did she say? And everybody just thought it was normal. Everybody was like, oh, is Oyin now? Oyin is going to blow. Everybody just knew. I don't know why, but like I think that's what made me so confident. Just the people around me.
I knew of your previous page. Talking about Oyin, I knew of your previous. Your page was once King Oyin.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Before you became Ayra Starr, your Instagram was King Oyin, and back then. It was surprising when you were finally released, and I saw Ayra Starr, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You chose that you chose the name for for the public. That is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What were you calling yourself before?
It was just Oyin. Everybody used to call me Oyin. Everybody called me Oyin Con. Like literally until the day I released my EP, my name was Oyin. It became like Ayra Starr. Somebody like Ayra Starr, I'll be looking for Ayra Starr too. I was looking for, I was like, okay. But like, yeah, I love the name so much. I feel like because of we're Africans and we're Nigerian, and as a Yoruba girl, like every Yoruba name means like a prayer or like manifest. Like it always means a prayer.
It's an affirmation.
So it was so important for me for my name to mean something that I want to stand for, and that's what I did. I stood by. Oyin means honey. I love it. I could have also gone by Oyin, but my team, Don Jazzy, Rima, you know, when we all sat down and thought about it, and it just made sense that okay, you know, so we got a name called Ayra in Yoruba, but I knew that Nigerians will not pronounce it as Ayra.
Yeah.
They'll not pronounce it as Ayra. They'll pronounce it as Ayra.
Yeah.
So I was like, I started praying for a name. I was like, God, just show me a name. My mom said I should pray about it. So in my mind, I'm like, when I pray about it, God will just show it in my dream. Like I'll just see a name. That's what I thought it was going to be. My mom was like, just pray about it. I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, maybe if I pray about it, God will just show me a name, maybe, or something like that. But I don't even know how it happened. But I just started to like Googled it one time. I was like, let me check what Ayra, and I spelled like Ayra.
Yeah.
And Ayra literally means someone that's like highly respected, woke, open-minded.
In what language?
In Arabic. So it just made sense. I was like,
and that was
the
it.
name. Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. And for 19 and Dangerous, what convinces you? I wanted to say, what convinces an artist that this piece of work needs, or rather, this piece of work that's considered perfect, that you've poured your blood and soul, that there can be an improvement after it has touched the world? What convinces you of
Can I
that?
get that question again? My mind just...
Okay. What convinces an artist that this piece of work, like your 19 and Dangerous, brilliant album,
Thank you.
why did you have to go improve perfection?
That's such a deep question.
Yes, but that's it. I listened to the previous version. I'm like, this is perfect. This is great.
To be honest, like, it didn't make sense to me too, in a way, because I wanted a deluxe, but at the same time I also wanted a new project, and I was like, let me just do a new project. But I thank God for my team, because we can't do this alone at the end of the day.
Sure.
So I spoke to like my team, and they just explained to me like, 19 and Dangerous is a classic album.
Yeah.
You know, I've never done this before. I don't know what this music thing is. I'm just winging it, and we'll see what goes. But like, 19 and Dangerous is a classic album, and it has already done what it needs to do. But at the same time, it should just be an amazing thing to just wrap it up, and just like people that know Bloody Samaritan don't know 19 and Dangerous.
Yeah.
They literally don't even know I have an album. People are like shocked, like, oh, she has an album. I have so many new fans this year, because I've toured like around everywhere, and people don't know the album. They just know the popular songs.
Sure.
And I have all the songs that I had written way even before 19 and Dangerous. Skinny Girl, Ashe, all the songs. I wrote them when I was like 16. Do you understand? And it's like, okay, I wanted them in 19 and Dangerous, but they couldn't make it. But I was like, for this deluxe, I want something that would just like, you know, finish the story. 19 and Dangerous, onto the next now. You understand? 19 and Dangerous deluxe now, but onto the next stage of my life. And this, everything I was making at that time just fits into 19 and Dangerous. So we had to make the deluxe.
And the songs that you added, like a very interesting record here is the Lonely Refix. Why did you refix it?
I actually wanted Zeno on the song, but I got the idea like 2 days before that album got released. So I was like, can we get Zeno Liski? And they were like, Ayra, your album is coming like 2 days after, so it wasn't possible. I wanted One Day Cold too on Kama, like all these ideas came like very late, and I was like, you know what, okay, since I'm doing a deluxe, it would be nice to just make a brand new song, and with Zeno, I know Zeno will body the song, and that's what he did.
I really love the record.
Thank you so much.
I think it's one of the best on the project, and what you did. I just find it so interesting because you are considered bougie.
I am.
Yes, you
That's
are.
crazy. I didn't know I was though. Am I considered bougie?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're considered bougie. You're.
Damn. I'll take it.
and then you're collaborating with an artist that comes from the street. And so when I saw it first, I was like, okay, how do these people fit? But Zeno, he held his own.
He held his own, and I feel like as much as I'm considered bougie, I really am not.
Why do you think you're not bougie?
I don't think I'm bougie though. Like I know how to, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I grew up like, I didn't grow up bougie. I didn't grow up bougie in any way.
Yeah.
I grew up in like 3 different places. Like I said, I grew up in Cotonou. I was not bougie in Cotonou. I was living in like the worst parts of Cotonou. When I was in Lagos, I live in Meron. Shout out to my people in Meron, Ijaye. God bless you.
Meron.
Yeah.
I've never been to Meron before.
That's like, it's like after Abulegba.
That's far.
That's very far. But it's before Songo. So it's like, yeah, but it's very far.
That's the ends of the earth.
That's the ends. So that's like, I grew up in the end.
And then in the final place you grew up in 3 places. What?
Abuja. Mm-hmm.
Abuja. But you grew up in the city in Abuja, of course.
Yes. Okay. But like also like it's still where I grew up was still ends. So as much as, you know, I feel like maybe it's good, Shaq. All the money my mother spent on school, maybe it's showing up.
It is. I can say that. And when you grow up in these places, growing up as a kid in these places, you went to good schools. You went to schools where they paid money for that, and the societal influence. Yeah, that's the word. Societal influence. How does it mix with that? Did you go out a lot? Did you roll with kids on the streets, or you were locked in the house?
So not until we started living in. That's like the last 2 years of high school. That's when I started living with my grandparents in Mera.
Yeah.
So before then, every place we would stay, we just had to be inside because we either grew up in an environment that wasn't safe, and that's why we started doing music. That's why all my family, everybody, my brother is a video director, my younger brother is a songwriter, my sister models and does influencing, and she's 16. So we all had we were always just with each other, and we just. Because my mom wanted to make it fun for us, because we couldn't go outside, we couldn't play outside, so we just had to make things. So we would do choreographies in in the house. We would do music competitions, and we took it so seriously.
Of course,
it was so crazy. We took it. When I think about it, it's so crazy how we would have a choreography competition next week, and we'll start talking about our outfits this week. My mother would take us to go and buy our choreography outfits with our gloves, everything. And we'll be dancing. It was such an important thing because that's what we knew. That was my community, just my family. So I didn't really get to mix outside as much until I moved to Lagos again with my grandparents.
Yeah.
So that's when I started mixing with people. I started taking music seriously. I started going to church and singing. My neighbors too were musicians, so they taught me a lot.
Your neighbors were artists.
Yeah, so my neighbors were also young and wanted to become musicians. So they could play the guitar and the violin, and we would just always be there and doing something there, or just making music or just something. Sure. Right.
Huh. And that influenced heavily.
Definitely.
I saw your brother. I've met Mila once.
Yes.
Your younger brother. Mm-hmm. But I saw the elder one, the video director. Yes. He was around 2 days ago. Yes. The first time. This is the second time we're supposed to have this interview.
The first time.
So the first time, Ayra
was late.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
Lagos traffic humbles everybody.
Yes, it does.
No matter who you are,
it does.
It will humble you.
It does. It does. But were you the first to leave home? In terms of leave home?
I'm not sure I was the first to leave home. I don't still feel like I've left home.
Why?
Because I'm literally my family is still my number one. If I'm answering that question right, yeah?
Yeah.
So my family is still with me. I still live with my brothers. My mom just comes maybe during the weekends and comes. So I don't feel like I've left home. I still feel I'm in a very, I'm still home, literally.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's still the same house. It's still we're still together. Me and my siblings, we all live together. There's no independence for me.
So this image, this image of you guys just working together, having so much fun together, and creating together, is you became a professional artist, and your brother helps you in your creativity also.
Definitely, both my brothers.
Oh, the elder one who films.
Yes, and the younger one writes with me. So both my brothers.
Were you happy that he was signed to Mavens?
I was definitely he's the most intelligent person, and he we're talking about my younger brother. Yeah, let's just get it.
Yeah, Mila. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I'm so proud of him. And I remember when my brother was younger, we didn't really have instruments.
Yeah.
And anytime he saw an instrument, he would just start playing something. And I was like, where did you learn that from? And he just knew it. He just knew music, and music was just something he just always knew.
It was inbuilt.
He just inbuilt, and it was just so crazy how he would have a guitar and he would write a whole song, guitar you've never played before, you're writing a song on it. So he has always just inspired me.
And for you, you're a very dope writer. You write so much, and even when you co-write with others, it's very visual. You write very visually, across multiple themes. I remember when you did DTR, and I'm like, okay. And now you come down here and you're seeing records we have Skinny Girl Anthem.
That's the funniest song I've ever written.
What? Skinny Girl Anthem?
Yes.
I ain't got no. Let me even think. I have questions. I have questions for that. Let me see if I can get it up.
London. keys, but I'll steal your mind with my kitty. Just a look and he's with me. He's with me. I got no eyes and no titties.
That's a wild way to start a song.
Very crazy.
Why? Why'd you write that?
To be honest, why did I even write the song? When I was like, I'm just always inspired by a lot of things. I wrote begging a bus because I saw like somebody begging outside and it just inspired me. I was in Shangotedo traffic and I was inside the bus and people came to beg for money. I was like, let me write this song. And it inspired the whole beggy song. So the weirdest thing always like inspired me. And I don't even, why did I write this song? I think I wrote it because of like a girl that was my friend. I don't know if she was my friend or we just knew each other. Yeah. And her boyfriend, I think she was scared her boyfriend liked me. And I was like, did
he like you though?
I'm not sure he liked me because like, why? I'm not sure he liked me, but he didn't because it was very professional. Yeah. And it was just like my way of like, you don't have to be like insecure. I understand that. I was trying to explain to her like, okay, don't like. But she still was like, I was like, okay, you know what, girl? Just forget that I'm skinny. Forget. Okay, I could do what I want, but I'm not going to do it, okay? It's very easy. I want her to know that it's very easy for me to do what I want to do, but I'm not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So,
does she know this was about her?
No, definitely definitely not. Maybe she'll know now.
Yeah, she will.
She's gonna know now. Yeah, so it was just like my and she's like a very thick girl. So it was like a love song to her, like, you're beautiful, I'm beautiful. You don't have to call me out and say I'm skinny or like, you understand? Like she was trying to like body shame me, and I was like, thick girls are beautiful. I don't skinny as much as I'm writing a skinny girl anthem. Yeah, we don't need an anthem. Sure. Because like why? We're beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Sure. So that was the whole point of the song.
Beautiful. And one of the things that was very striking about you when you arrived, it felt a lot like you did own your generation, own like the generation that you're from, you're Gen Z, and that's such a very big part of your get-up, both in the music that you write, the way you brand yourself, and all of that. Why?
Why?
Yes, I find it interesting because a lot of people, so you see some artists and what they have is they always rep something from their existence, an element, a place, something. Some people rep their city. Yeah. Some people might rep their, some people might rep, I don't know, their family or something, or maybe their propensity to do one particular thing. Yeah. But for you, it was your generation.
The whole generation. It was so important.
You also rep angels, by the way.
Yes, I do. Angels. Celestial beings. I think it was so important to me to do that because, like, for Africans, there's never been like a teenage female musician or pop star. Yeah. And I remember when I was younger, there was no representation of that. It was something that was so far away from my imagination that as much as I wanted to become a superstar, it was not something I thought I could. Yeah. At the back of my head, there was still some type of doubt because I was like, there's no example to look up to and be like, oh, this is like a teenage like superstar that came from Africa and is taking over the world. And it was so important for me to create that representation for younger girls coming. Yeah. So I went to make music, not just as much as I say Gen Z. It's crazy how my music, as like a lot of people from different generations, can connect to the music and understand it. But it was so important to me, especially for like black young girls. Yeah. My younger sister's friends. I want them to just have that person that they can look up to. Because I did not. I grew up watching Disney. Yeah. I grew up and there was no representation. I did not know at all. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Leave the studio right now. Ow. Who is that? Outside. Yes. So, like, what was I saying?
Yeah, you're talking about representation. For
Yeah, so it was so important for me to do that, like, because I did not grow up at all. So I was always saying I want to become a teenage pop star. That was like my dream. I want to start when I'm a teenager. So I knew my first album was going to be 19 and Dangerous. Literally when I was not even 19. I was like 15 when I was like, my first album is 19 and Dangerous, because it's so important for me to hold that like 19, teen. Yeah. I want to be able to inspire a whole generation into also doing it and making music. So it was.
And also, like, it's a timestamp for even your life. Like, at this
Exactly.
point, I was 19.
Exactly.
This was my teenage album.
Exactly. Exactly.
But being a teenager in this space, I remember when we didn't have teenagers playing in this space.
At all.
There was a generational gap because parents were very averse to having their kids be exposed to the industry.
True.
And then Wizkid came, and then that changed a lot. A lot of young people started coming into the space. And here you are. Do you ever think about it, your teenagehood, and doing all of this at this level as a teenager?
Definitely, most of the time when I think about it, it's just out of gratitude because I've always wanted to, and it's like what I've prayed for, Like said, like when I remember the first time I saw Wizkid on TV, and my sister was like, "Oh, like he's 18." I was like, "What?" I remember the day very well. I was like, "He's 18." I'd never seen him before. I'd never heard it before. And I remember just like something in my head. I was like, "Yes, like crazy. okay, it's coming. We're coming. We can do this." So it's crazy, and I'm just excited. At the same time, it's so fun. To be honest, it's so fun because I'm.
In what way?
I'm literally like just 20, and I've traveled around the world. As much as it's work, a lot of people don't get this opportunity. Sure, it's crazy. As much as it's work, as much as I like to complain, I'm working too much. I'm still I'm complaining inside a hotel in one like mother's country like that. Do you understand? And it's like I'm so grateful because like I get to do what I love, and I get to do it this young, and I get to make money. I get to do things for my family. I get to do things for the people that I love. So, do you ever think you'll be jaded by the life you live? I think so. I feel like we're human, and like everybody's human. I think at one point you're just gonna feel jaded. I feel like it's just becoming aware of yourself and just knowing that, okay, what can you do?
Yeah. That's cool because a lot of people get jaded.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that's done, as long as you are doing that, like as long as you're making music, as long as you're like you're a creative person, you're going to get jaded. Like it's just
because sometimes when you speak to, I speak to a lot of artists across many generations. I've been here for 10 years. So
oh my god, oh my god!
it's just 10 years of being in the industry in many capacities. But when you speak to the older people, so there's a huge difference when I speak to the young people and the older generation. Maybe someone like you're 19 now. The people in their you're 20, yes. Oh, sorry. You're 20 now, and then there are people in their early 20s. When you speak to them about the industry and about their work, and you speak to the older ones, there's a marked difference. I see, on one hand, there's a lot of excitement on the other end because a lot of things are still being discovered. But the older ones, you just hear, I can't do that. No, I can't move like that. No, I can't move like that. No, I can't move like that. And I wonder, is it experience that causes that?
I think definitely. I think so. Because like, when for young people, we just enter the public eye. Sure. So a lot of our mind is still like a lot of things that's happening, and a lot of decisions we make is still like our own because not a lot of people know us, even though we're still famous. Not a lot of people know us. These people have been here for longer. Everything they've done like the earlier time of Afrobeat was way worse than this time. So just imagine the scrutiny they had to face. Just imagine everything for doing this. So now they have to move a certain way because they are bigger now and they have a lot more to lose. The younger ones, we got nothing to lose. So it's like.
But what changed for you what changed in terms of personally when you discovered that, when you finally got into a position where okay, there's a lot to lose now?
To be honest, nothing really has changed. I still carry like myself the way I've carried myself at the beginning. You know, when I start to overthink and I'm like, I don't want to. I have people around me that just put my head back together. Don Jazzy is always like, you need to live your life. Very important. He would just advise me every time, you need to live your life. You need to, like, you're young. Like, you can't be living life for other people. You're young. And that's what I've done. I just, even though I know that, okay, there's some things I cannot do. Yeah. I still try as much to just like have fun. Like whatever happens is a learning experience. So.
And so Don Jazzy was on the podcast. I filmed it in his house, and we spoke a lot about artists and how he, he doesn't manage directly, but like shepherding artists, guiding careers, being a big brother of some sort. And one thing he said that was very striking for me is he allows people just be themselves. Like, you live your best life, you move in the way that you want. All the elements that you introduce into your art, they are yours. Yeah. Having this sort of people and the way you got into the game, the mainstream game, it was very sheltered. I think, it's very sheltered because you have people that support you and all that. How much do you lean on them?
To be honest, I'm so grateful because, like, you don't, like, a lot of people that do music now don't have who to push them into the right direction and what to do and all that. And it's like me, they're just like literally a call away. Like, if I need answers for something, or if I need help with something, it's literally, everybody's literally just a call away because of my label. Like, the way the label is, everybody's like family. So I can just call anybody around 2 a.m. If I'm starting to overthink, if I'm crying, I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And they're like, okay, all right, what can we do to help? You understand? So I definitely have been like protected.
What causes those moments?
Just overthinking. And to be honest, before I used to like be so hard on myself for feeling maybe overwhelmed or just like overthinking. But it's like, I'm literally 20 and I'm like, I'm a girl and I'm like young. I'm allowed to be sad sometimes. I'm allowed to be. Sometimes I'm just in my head. I'm just like, what am I even? Maybe like, because I work so much. I literally work like every day. So if I have like a day where I'm not doing anything, I'm literally like, what am I doing in my life? Like, I'm just like, everywhere is just dry. I don't have work. Like,
for real?
That's me, literally. And the day before, I'm like, you guys need to give me a break. I need to rest. I need to sleep. But after I've slept, I'm like, I just need to do something. Do you have any work for me? I'm asking, like, do you have anything for me? Because I'm so used to it. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I saw your documentary with Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. It just showed a lot of your life.
Yeah.
But more than anything, it showed, apart from your life, how you move, it also showed the amount of love that exists in your space. And that's very important.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Very.
And for this, so you've had a number of hits. How many years now? This is your third year?
Second.
It feels like you've been here for 5 years.
My second year.
It's just it's good. It's a testament to how much you've worked. And your record, Bloody Samaritan, did a madness.
Craziness.
Biggest madness. Became one of the soundtrack of our lives. I think it's one of our classics.
Yes, definitely.
One of our classics. And then you brought Kelly Rowland on it. Did she indicate interest to be on it?
Definitely. I love Kelly Rowland and I'm a big fan. So, like, once she texted me, because I already follow her.
Okay, so she texted you.
Once she, like, sent me a DM, I just saw, like, as the DM entered my phone, like this, I saw the notifications. I was like, everybody, wait, something is happening here. So it was, she already, like, likes Fashion Killer. So she did a video with Fashion Killer.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that one was, I was like, oh my God, Kelly Rowland knows my music, So when she wanted to be on, like, Bloody Samaritan remix, I'm like, amen, this is God, because I'm such a big fan of her. Yeah. How
the process, the recording process? Did you guys meet any of that?
Not for the recording process, but like for the video.
Okay.
So she literally sent me a verse, and I'm listening to the verse like, Kelly, it's not your song, it's not your song, you don't have to go this hard. And she did. She went crazy. I was just screaming. Like, you see the text, I was like, Kelly, thank you so much, Miss Kelly. I love you. Like, the verse was so hard. So yeah.
Yeah, she was. She killed it. And then you now have Rush.
Rush is about to. Rush is about to.
So the first day I heard Rush. Okay, the first time I saw the snippet you posted when you were about to drop the song. And I'm like, this is fire. I can't wait. And it came out and it's doing numbers.
Crazy.
It's mad. It's become one of the songs of the year. How do you know, or rather, when you write records, how do you know when something's a hit?
I actually don't know. I'm the worst person in asking if something is a hit.
You never get an inkling?
Maybe Bloody Samaritan, I got an inkling. But the funny thing is that the songs I doubt the most are usually my biggest songs. So it's crazy because Bloody Samaritan, all these songs, like, even Away, like, I was like, but they're all my biggest songs. It's crazy. So Rush, after I recorded Rush.
Where'd you record it?
In Lagos. It was actually in my house. I recorded it, and when I recorded it, I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I like it, or I don't know if I don't know if it's nice. I remember I told Jazzy, I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. I don't know. I don't think it's my style. I just think, they were like, you want to be singing? And I did it. Like, it sounded good. So why was I like being scared?
Yeah.
So when I made the song, I was so unsure. But the first day they released that song, but actually their confidence, I actually felt their confidence because they were so confident. I remember I sent it to almost everybody. I sent it to Rema, and if I send it to Rema, I know Rema is going to be so truthful. Yeah. he will not cap at all. So I was like, "What do you think? Oh, just let me know what you think." And he was like, "I love this. Like, this is hard. Like, this is my jam. This is too." I was like, "Okay." I played it for Cray. And I was like, "What do you think about the song?" And Cray was like, "Hey." Cray like he didn't even say anything. He just got up and was dancing. I was like, these people, like these guys that they will change it for me anytime. Okay,
okay, you guys have this policy of honesty to each other.
Yeah, like it's just like they're like my guys, they were friends, so they won't lie to me. Like just like having like siblings. Like you lie to your siblings, just like you would laugh at them. If it was bad, he would laugh. Like he would just laugh and be like
is that deflating? When it happens, does it deflate you?
I'll be like, God, the whole Ayra Starr. So I just knew that, okay, I played it for like London, my producer, and I'm telling you, these guys are the most honest people. They would tell me like, it's not bad, but you should do this. But this one, when I played it for them, they loved it, and I was like, But I wasn't still like that confident. My confidence was like maybe like 60% here. But I remember the day I released Rush, I also slept. You really
like to sleep?
I'm telling you, see, I don't like problems in my life. I rather just sleep. So I just like, you know what? I was like, okay, I'm going to wait. So I was just waiting for 12 to hit. So I don't know how I slept. I woke up the next day, literally the next morning. And I got up my phone. I had like so many missed calls, so many texts. All my aunties, all my uncles, they messaged me like, Rush, such an amazing song. I'm like, everybody has been waiting. Everybody.
Yes.
So it was crazy.
And the beauty of that song, why did you write it?
So I wrote Rush with Embryo, who's an amazing songwriter. Yeah. And to be honest, Rush was that song that brought me out of my writer's block. Because I was...
The experienced writer's block?
Definitely. Like, it was crazy because of... After Bloody Samaritan, Samaritan wasn't necessarily my type of music. It was the first song I'd made like that.
Yeah.
I'd never made anything like Bloody Samaritan before. I was just trying it, and I made the song, do you understand? And I was in a new phase entirely now. Like there was not going back to Bloody Samaritan or trying to create another Bloody Samaritan. But that's what I felt pressured to do because I was like, okay, everybody likes Bloody Samaritan, so they expect like another Bloody Samaritan from me.
Sure.
And the way my head works, it just became like if I start acting on what people want and not what like my creativeness is, it just like blocks me from being creative and making anything. And I remember like because I was also touring around and like traveling and like performing the song. So I just kept performing Bloody Samaritan. I was like, oh God, everybody wants another Bloody Samaritan. So I was kind of stuck between creating what I like, my type of music, beggy, like Afro R&B and like Afro soul, or creating like Afro pop or Afro beats. So I was like, okay, I didn't know what to do. But I was trying my best and I was still trying. I remember when we recorded Rush, it was like, after the day, I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, this is literally so easy for me. Like, this is so easy. This is, as much as I want to do something, this is what comes easy for me. So, like, why can't I just do it? And I also had a very, like, important conversation with someone that's a friend and also, like, a musician, and I admire her so much.
Yeah.
And she was like, because I also sent it to her too.
Yeah.
I sent it to her. So I was like, what do you think about this song? Because I was like, my head was everywhere then.
Yeah.
She was like, she loves it. I was like, are you sure? She was like, yes, like we need music like this. And she's also a musician, a Nigerian musician. So she was like, we need music like this. Like, forget like, we need like more like females to make music like this. You understand? I was like, oh, really? She was like, yes, like this is amazing. And it just gave me so much confidence.
How does it feel to be in a block? How does it feel to have a writer's block?
It's just like...
As a musician, how?
It's crazy. It's most like depressing feeling because you're like, you don't know what, like when you are sad, when I'm sad, I like to make music. When I'm happy, I like to make music. Music is actually my escape. Yeah. So once anything is happening, I actually just want to listen to music or make music. So just imagine being in a place where you cannot even make music and there's no way to like release, like to find like release.
Huh. So I spoke with. So I had an artist on techno on the podcast, and I remember I used to work at Universal then, and that was when we signed him to Universal then. And for 2 years, or like 2 years, he couldn't make music because he lost his voice. Yeah, he just woke up one day and his vocal cords were gone.
Damn, that
Couldn't
happened to
talk,
me.
couldn't speak.
That happened to me for like 3 months. It's crazy.
How? Why does that happen? Like for him, he said his acid. He has acid reflux, so he kept coming up and inflaming his throat. And he drinks, he stresses the vocals, and then he smokes. So everything just came together. For you, why did that happen?
I think for me, I was just not properly taking care of my voice because like I was performing a lot and I wasn't like drinking like tea or doing vocal warm-ups and like
You're supposed to drink tea when
like just like warm stuff or like honey, like all those things that you take just to like calm your and also I was literally like sleeping under like AC, all those things that just literally affect your voice. I was not like doing vocal warm-ups at all.
What's a vocal warm-up?
So it's like just like I'm sure you heard it like brrr, pa, 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 me, all those things that just just to stretch your your vocal cords and like prepare them. Sometimes I'm like not even like talking at all. Then I'm just on stage and I'm shouting and I'm singing. So those type
So you have
of
to
things.
exercise the voice
Yes,
before you take it to that level.
It's like warm up.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's like warm up before you. Yeah, it's just like not like warming up before you work out. Like exactly. So I couldn't like properly sing for like 2 months. I couldn't sing, and my voice I sounded like this. I sounded like for 2 months, and I was performing every day still
with that voice.
So people literally like, Ayra cannot sing. I was literally saying like, oh, Ayra can't sing. I'm like, guys, like, that's if I cannot sing.
I'm going through
a lot right now. So yeah,
because I remember the first time I saw you perform. You had a showcase somewhere in Lekki.
I was sick except that day.
Yes, you were. You were sick. And you held it down. You did all the choreography. In my head, I'm like, this is not a sick person.
I was so sick that day, but I was like, everybody's here for me. I have to get up and I have to do this. So, yeah.
So you started performing. Was that your first performance ever?
Ever.
So it was a comfortable space to bring your people in and just test yourself.
Yes.
And so far, in what ways have you grown as a performer since that day?
That time I was so nervous. I was so nervous that day.
You
I
had
remember
butterflies, all of that.
Yeah, I was like, God. I remember I'll forget like a move and I didn't know what to do. Like I feel like everybody could see like, oh, like I was kind of nervous, even though I was trying my best to be confident. But now I'm like, yeah, bring it on. No matter the crowd, like no matter what the crowd is, they don't even have to know my music. Yeah. By the time I leave the stage, they're gonna know my music, and that's my energy every time I go on stage.
Do you think it's because of you're now confident because you've notched a number of like wins under your belt?
Yes, definitely that, and also I toured around like America, and the time I was touring around America, people knew Bloody Samaritan, but they didn't really know me at that time. Now people know like Ayra Starr, but at that time when I was touring, they did not really know like who I was. So I had to literally teach people my music and I had like 20-minute sets. So it was 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't even have songs up to 20 minutes. Like, guys, like, please. But I would literally still have to do it. And I did it. So that, I feel like that really trained me into like, you know, I can just enter any stage now and just like.
So when okay, just a bit. You have 20 minutes and you don't have enough records to fill that time. How do you then fill it out on stage?
Yeah, you just like extend the songs, you know, like I started doing more exercises. Like after away, I'll be like, I want everybody here to go away, take all your trouble. And like I make it into like a thing and everybody's like vibing. Yeah. You know, I have like extra verses or something. I just like make it into like this amazing set and I try to make it enjoyable for me especially. So I enjoy myself doing it.
And how do you know when people know your records but they don't know you? How do you feel that? How do you get that? How do you get that feedback from people?
I feel like you know because it's like sometimes, like maybe at the beginning of the set when I start with like the songs that are not really popular in those places, in those countries or states, and they're like, okay, they're listening. Oh, she can sing cute. And Bloody Samaritan come here like, what? She's the one that's. And you can see their faces. They are shocked. And everybody's happy. So yeah.
Beautiful. And for a record, like, we've done 44 minutes of this. We just have 15 more. I know you have to go. You have to catch a flight.
Yeah, I have to.
And thank you for doing this.
No
I appreciate it.
At all.
And when people, I had a question I was supposed to ask earlier, but I think I skipped it. But it was very related to your celestial nature.
Celestial nature.
Your celestial being. That means, and was it, okay, first, before I go to the next one, but being a celestial being, what does that mean?
So as much as I call myself a celestial being and everybody calls me a celestial being, the meaning is something I'm still discovering. You know, something that it makes. Last year when I started calling myself a celestial being, I just liked it, and I felt like that's what I want to. Like I said, I believe in like manifestations, and I believe in like just type of energy I want to be able to give. I remember like I would meet people and everybody would just be like, your energy is so pure, like your aura is so pure. And I'm like, if I make people feel so good, like I'm a celestial being, I'm probably an angel. Like God probably sent me like for you people. Like God probably sent me to you, okay? God sent me to make your life better, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, at that time, so now I'm still discovering it, and it's just making more sense now. A lot of things, it's making more sense. I'll get to a stage where I'll be able to like explain it properly to you guys, but it's something I'm just still like, you know, it's still my own for now. Then later I'll be able to.
Well, for someone like you, you're very expressive. I know all the times I've met you. This is my second time coming down here, meeting you in this. Not in this particular room, the one downstairs. And every time I've met you, you've been very expressive, as a person. How do you then? And you work in a job where you're always beholden to the public. The public feels like they have a right into your existence, and everything you do, everything you say, is this. How do you then stay measured? Because I know you're human, and sometimes you'd want to say things or do things that you feel that way, but the world might not understand it.
Yeah, like I said, like a lot of things that growing up in a lot of places have literally like trained me into a lot of things. I remember like I was also, the way I'm expressive now, I was worse when I was younger. Like I was so expressive when I was younger.
You were worse?
I was worse. Like it was so bad because I just felt like I felt there's a certain type of confidence I had. I don't know where it came from. I thank you, Jesus. But like the confidence I had as a child, it was intense. It was crazy. I remember I'll tell the teacher that when I become a superstar, I'm not going to talk to you. Like I'll tell a teacher that and they will beat me. I'll be like, yeah, like. And so, like, I was that person. So, what was I saying before I skipped myself?
No, we're talking about how you. I think the angels are in the room.
I'm like,
we're talking about how you find ways to stay measured.
So, like I said, like, I used to sometimes I would just say things, like in the schools I went to, like the secondary school I went to, I would just like talk. I would just say things and I would not think of repercussions and I would get like punished for that. So as much as I'm expressive, I'm still expressive. I've learned that certain things should not be said and certain things, you know, there's a way to express certain things and there's a way I can express certain things. I'm still learning, to be honest. Yeah. Last year I used to be so like, a certain way I used to be, if I'm like nervous, I would just transfer aggression but now like I'm literally so calm at everything because I've learned and I know how it is, you understand? So I take my time and I think my thoughts through and I try to process everything because sometimes I think so much, like everything's happening at once and something just leaves my mouth. I'm like, hey God, I've messed up. But now it's not like that.
Is that the only way that celebrity changed you?
I feel that's not the only way, definitely. That's not the only way.
In what other way
my account is popping now. My bank account is popping now.
Either rush, of course.
you know. So yeah, definitely that. I feel like because I've met so many people now, I just understand people more. You understand? I understand like there are different people in, like if I used to feel like I used to just be like, why can't you like just do something? I used to like just like, why can't you if somebody does something wrong, I'm like, why didn't you get it right? And now it's just like I understand better and understand people work differently. People, I feel like I'm more emotionally intelligent. I don't know if it's because of celebrity, because I'm an artist now, or because I'm growing up now and I'm just like learning. But that's also my confidence too. I'll say in a way it has like increased my confidence. Yeah. In a way that my confidence is not really based off of other people's like perspectives on me. Okay. It's more about me now. It's more about what I believe in. Before I used to be so confident, but I didn't realize I was confident because of every other person was confident for me, or they thought something about me. And I didn't understand how much people's opinions mattered so much to me, and I didn't really think for myself. Yeah. But now, like, I literally like I talk to myself, and I try to I journal. I try to like, why did I do this? Why did I act this way? Oh, you journal. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good habit to have. Yes, it's really amazing. Really amazing. It really helps me a lot. If I do something, I'm like, okay, why did I do this? Could I have reacted another way? I'm writing it down. Okay, should I apologize to this person? And I just try to create solutions. Oh, that's a way of being accountable to yourself. Mm-hmm. I journal. I'm a writer, yes. so I would expect you to journal. So I used to write. To be honest, I never brought my writing into my personal life. So even when I have spaces where as a writer, people expect you to always have words. Mm-hmm. People expect you to have the right words. So even in spaces, maybe in all your relationships, maybe you have a lady and she's like, write me something, and I'll send an invoice. Good. Very good. Because why? Because it's my work. Because it's like when like people see me, just there's a camera in my face, I start singing for what? As per like, am I a box? Am I like a singing box? Look, I start singing and I'll just start singing. Hey, I'm feeling vibes. Why would I do that? Like, you understand? Pay me. Well, that's what happens when you're a star. People expect things from you now. Definitely, every time, and it's just like, I'm me. I feel like also, like I said, I don't know if it's me growing older or it's the celebrity lifestyle. I know how to express myself better now. So before, if people do things to me, I'll just be quiet. Yeah. And I'll just be like, if I'm hurt, like if I don't like something, I'll just be like, okay, don't worry. And I'll just allow things pile up until builds resentment. Yes, exactly. And I'll just like build so much like resentment over a person or something, and I'll just like, the person will never know. I'll never say but in my mind. But now it's like, if somebody like that, I'm like, don't do that. Like, and I'll explain to the person why you shouldn't do that. So when people like, even when fans, I'm like, somebody was like, I met a fan one time and we were literally like talking. I don't know if I was talking to another fan, and this fan came up to me and was like, take a picture. I was like, say please. I'm literally a human being. Yes. You say please, 5 magic words. There are 5 magic words. Please, excuse me. You say please, you understand? She was like, oh. I was like, yeah, like, you know, like, just say please. I was not even in a good mood at that time. So it's just like, why are you talking to me like this? Like, I'm not even in a good mood. Somebody just annoyed me right now. And just say please. So she was like, oh, please. I was like, okay, no problem. I took a picture. I was like, okay, then we talked. Then she understood, you know. She was like, oh, I apologize again. I was like, no problem. Like, on a normal day before, I would just be quiet and I would not take a picture. I'll just be quiet. You just let it be. I'll just let it be. I'll just feel just like, but now, you know, I feel like that fan now, like, she would, I don't know if she doesn't, maybe she feels a resentment towards me now, or she respects me more. Yeah, you understand? It's one or the other. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I express myself and I come first at the end of the day. You understand? Because people always, and that's the thing with being a celebrity, apart from the fact that your humanity is often denied. Because people see a lot of people, especially with celebrities or musicians, people who provide a very public service. You're seen more as a utility than a person. And even in spaces where your humanity and your job clashes, maybe you don't want to do something, but you're expected to do it because it's celebrity. It's our style. You should do it. Yeah, you should. Like, I remember the first time I like the first 3 months of releasing my EP. Yeah. And I would just hear things like, you're Ayra Starr now, act like Ayra Starr. I'm like, how does Ayra Starr supposed to act? Like,
How?
I have plates to go and wash at home. My mother has texted me that I should come and wash the plate. I should be acting like how, like, do you understand? So I didn't understand. So those type of things too also like limited me a lot. I was like, okay, I have to act like a celebrity. Oh yeah, let me be. And I didn't understand. Do you understand? So I didn't understand. Like I was like, why do I have to do this? Now I really like. I'm still the same way I've always been. Like even I'm still the same way. Like I try.
When did you finally get into it? Like get into who you've become?
It was like, let me see. Probably like early after I left America. Like because it was my first time in America, and everything is so different. To be honest, like it's crazy the culture shock.
Yeah.
Because like I'm in this new place, everything is different. The beauty standard is different. Yeah. The like every single thing, as much as it's America, it's still very different. You understand? Yes. Like people are like, for the first time, people were like racist to me. I'm like, no, you understand? Like all those things. I experienced a lot of things for the first time, and I was just in a very low. Like I felt like my energy was drained.
Yeah.
After my tour, I just felt like so finished. I'm like, what is this? Like this is what I'm doing. Like I feel like I'm living for everybody. I don't know who I am again. I don't know who I am. And I remember when I go back, I was like, I have to do things for myself. I have to do what makes me happy. Literally,
you began to choose yourself.
I started choosing myself,
and that kept you grounded and gave you enough power to be able to.
Definitely. Like now, like when I'm out, when it's like I have to like enter a club, I'm still just seeing my friend. I'm literally still laughing. I'm always like, I'm still like, either I'm running or I'm dancing on the way to the stage or something. And it's like, as soon as like they can be telling me that, oh, Ayra, stop, mysterious. I don't know how to be mysterious. So yeah, like now I'm just myself. I'm just goofy, like on stage. I'm laughing. I'm just enjoying myself because it's so important. It's so literally so important.
And for you've done this for 2 years, and there's still like maybe 100 more years to come. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'd want you to be singing for 100 extra years at least. And
just so you know, it's not exactly 2 years. It's like 1 year and like 8 months or something.
That is important to you?
Yes. So
why is it important?
Because like it's my flex. I just have to flex.
Okay. I can understand that. But very few people have done it the way you've done. You came out with a project. Within a year, there was another project.
Yeah, it was less than a year.
Less than a year, there was another project. Not just a project, like a crate of songs.
Mm-hmm. And of jams.
Of jams, exactly. A crate of jams. And then after that, were you ever in any position where you felt like you were overdoing it or over laboring your people?
Never.
Never. And has anyone ever tried to put you in that? Tried to put that in your head?
No, at all. Probably, I had like I think I was hanging around like old friends one time, and it was just like, oh, like they tried to make me feel like guilty for doing too much, and I was like, I've always been like this. Like I've always
been too much.
I've always been too much. Every time I usually told I'm too much, so I will carry this energy. Like I say, maximum effort always. So yeah.
Maximum effort always.
Yes, into everything I do, from my makeup to my outfit. To be honest, I don't feel like I'm so eccentric that people don't still understand me. Like when I go to like performances, especially in Nigeria, like I'm getting like, I'm just looking like, what is she wearing?
Yes, and I'm looking at the video where you have your eyes painted.
Yeah, but like I say, maximum effort always. I feel like music to me is just more than music. Yeah. It's who I am, and it's like art, and it's
an expression of your essence.
Exactly. So I try to make it me. Do you understand? I try to carry myself like that from my outfits, even though like I get laughs. I'm telling you, as I think people are still looking at me and laughing. I'm like, you're gonna think this is normal in 2 years. Don't worry, I'm the standard. We're gonna know.
Beautiful. I love the confidence. And so I'm curious. You know, you've done this much for yourself in 1 year, 8 months. Yes. I had to call it because that's your flex. And for you, what's most important for you? what are you getting out of this? And what do you intend to get out of this?
What do I tend to get out of this?
But first, what are you getting out of this?
Right now, I'm just, my dreams are like, my dream is becoming true.
Okay.
I would say my dreams are already come to life because I'm already like an artist.
Yeah.
But like now I'm dreaming bigger and like I'm literally working towards my dreams and my goals and my purpose. So I feel like it's my purpose. Music is my purpose. Helping people is my purpose.
Yeah.
The type of music I make literally uplifts people. And it's as if I'm speaking to like everybody. Every time people hear my music, like, did you make this song for me? It feels like you just read my mind. And that's my time. That's like the energy I carry into the studio every time. I want to be able to create solutions. You understand? I want when you're having a bad day, you can go and listen to my music and you feel better. Yeah. So that's what I feel like my purpose is. And that's what I pour into whatever I do.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. It's always fun talking to you, and I had so much fun at this. Let me let you go catch your flight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayra.